talking because it's Saturday night. Because it's hockey tonight.
Because it's Saturday night.
Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome to another edition of Oilers Fan Reaction. Great talk for the Oilers fans. Oilers win, play La Bamba, baby. Play La Bamba, baby, 2 times, play La Bamba, baby, 3 times. Play that sweet, sweet La Bamba music 4 times for your boys. Oilers win the series 4-1. Game 5 in Edmonton was not fun for the LA Kings. Yes, tonight is Thursday. It is after the Leaf game. In case you guys haven't heard, the Leafs have won Game 6 by the score of 2-1 over the Boston Bruins. Game 7 on Saturday. That's going to be a good one. Do the Bruins do what they always do to the Leafs and beat them in Game 7? Or is this the new Leafs? Also, I got more to talk about after the first round about those Leafs. Stay tuned for that. Tonight we're talking about the Oilers and the Oilers win over the fucking LA Kings. And I had the pleasure going on Kings socials and hearing the bitching, the moaning, the crying, the whining, the we are not good enough, the Oilers are better than us, the refs hate us, wah, wah, wah. They all seem to be pouty dowdies and pouty this and pouty that, and oh, that wasn't an embellishment call, and what was that call on Draisaitl falling over? I'll get into all that. Now, if you didn't know, you're living under a rock and you need a little bit of help, a little bit of tunage. This final score in the Oilers game was, and is, and will forever be, Oilers 4, LA 3. Now, how'd they get there? What happened for that to happen? Well, I will tell you. Oilers scored first. Evander Kane assisted by Brett Kulak and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 10-17 of the first period. And with... If you watch the stream, you know my thoughts and my opinions on this. Goalies get paid to tend the goal. Stay in your net, and good things usually happen. Go beyond the fortresses of your confines of the blue paint, and bad things surely, don't call me Shirley. Bad things surely do happen. Skinner, prime example. You went behind the net, and I don't know what is up with the boards in Edmonton. If there's a concert the night before, and they didn't get the stanchions in right. Okay, let me pick myself up a little bit. Woo, here we go. And I don't know if they were having the stanchions in right or not, but fuck me, golly, those boards were bad last night during the Oilers Kings game. Cost the Oilers a goal that tied the game up late in the first period. Now, Ferrier, good goal. Like, can't fault him. You see a wide open net, you're taking the shot, right? Like, good on him. His first career goal in the playoffs, good for him. I think it should have been unassisted, but I digress. Anyways, that could have deterred the Oilers. That could have hurt the Oilers. That could have put the Oilers back into their, oh shit, we suck again mode. The pity me, we are not that good mode. We are a bad team. We're a young team. We're going to crumble. Skinner could have been fragile. No. I don't know if it's the coaching of Paul Coffey, Chris Knoblaw, or having Perry in there, having Kane in there, having Adam Reek in there. I don't know if it's a combination of all, just experience from last year, experience from the year before, or is this team just built fucking different? Because that could have crumbled them. That on top of the Lassat goal, very early in the second period for the Kings to go up 2-1. I'm not saying that was a bad pinch by the defenseman or that was one that Skinner should have, could have had, but it was just a good shot by Lazat. Good shot by the LA Kings. And then you're thinking, oh, fuck, here we go again. We're going Game 6 back in LA. All it takes is LA to get in a little fucking heater, and we're in Game 7 back here in Edmonton. Never fear, never fear. Draisaitl is here. Draisaitl gets a goal. Of course it's on the power play. Of course Connor McDavid gets the assist, and Bouchard gets the other helper. Bouchard. Did I say Bouchard? I said Bouchard. You're going to hear Bouchard quite a bit in this video. Now, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about a few things that happened. Trevor Moore got a penalty for slashing Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. That's a slash all day, every day on Sundays. You know what I mean. And then in the second period, Gavrikov got a 2-minute minor for hooking against Connor McDavid. That's a hook. Don't do it. You're an idiot. Like, just don't do it. Corey Perry got a 2-minute minor for tripping against Mikey Anderson. Yes, it was served by Hyman. Why? Because Perry kind of hurt himself in that situation. That was a penalty, guys. That was a penalty on Perry all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Earlier on in that game, in the first period, Connor McDavid, oh man, I swear to God, this guy's built like a brick shithouse. Both him and Anderson were not looking. Immovable object, heavy force, bam! One fell over, one... I gotta be very careful with my words here. Yes, I know I'm jumping back and forth and what happened and what didn't happen. My memory, when it hits my memory, that's why I say it. I believe full-heartedly Anderson was trying to draw a call. Tell me I'm wrong. I've seen Mikey Anderson mollywop people. I've seen him get hit harder than that. Well, he wasn't expecting to hit Matt. That was a dangerous hit by McDavid. That was a fucking collision. That was not a hit. That was two guys not looking. Bam! One guy got it. No, the wind knocked him. Okay, you got the wind knocked out of you. Fine. Okay. Viable excuse. But don't lay on the fucking ice thinking that there's a call coming. The longer you lay there like a little baby, the more a call is coming. I coach. I've been a coach. I tell my kids, if you're laying on the ice and a coach has to come and get you, you're sitting. You're not sitting one shift. You're not sitting 2 shifts. You're not sitting 3 shifts. You're sitting minimum 5 shifts. Put that in perspective. Each shift is 30 minutes. Minor hockey, you usually have 2 forward lines and 2 defenseman lines. If you're lucky, you've got the 3rd forward line. You still got 2 defenseman lines because nobody wants to play defense in minor hockey. Let's be honest. So you're going to miss about 7 to 10 minutes of hockey time because you laid on the ice and waited for a coach to come get you. There's a difference between hurt and injured. You can play hurt. You can't play injured. If you're injured, okay, then you shouldn't be out there anyway. You're done then. You're injured. Mikey Anderson milked it, didn't get the call, was mad, pouted, went to the locker room, came back. I don't even think he missed 2 shifts. Anyways, why is that important? Why am I telling you this story now? Because Perry gets tangled up, mingle, wobbled up with Anderson. It's all good, right? It's a penalty, a penalty. I get it. I respect it. The refs are doing their job, trying not to dictate play, letting the players decide themselves how this game is being played. I loved the refereeing in Game 4. In Game 5, I loved it too. Meow. Let's get to the Warren Foegele incident at 9:21 of the second period. All this is important because all this happens. Like I said, we're tied 2-2 right now. Draisaitl scored the power play goal. McDavid got the assist. Bouchard got the assist. this is important to tell you this. Why, Matt? Why is this important? Because if you go back a calendar year, Game 5 in Edmonton, LA, Kevin fucking Diver Fiala, and one of the refs just happened to be one of the refs in the game too last night. Now, mental note for that ref, right? He's like, well, Kevin Fiala in that series dove quite a bit, and we called every time. Every time Draisaitl sneezed on him, Fiala's like, oh! Every time Nurse came near him, whoa! He fucking dove. He was on the Russian dive team that got the gold medal and then disqualified for doping. That was Kevin Fiala in last year's playoffs. Now, yes, it was not a dive. It was not a dive. What happened with Foegele is Foegele did hook him. He was in the act of trying to get the puck in deep, and when you are trying to get the puck in deep, you're stretching a little bit, so you're going to fall a little bit. I get it. That's a fall. He wasn't embellishing, and he wasn't diving. I get why Kings fans are pissed off. I understand it. I'm a fucking Oilers fan. We get bad calls from Game 1 of the season until Game 120 in the playoffs. We get bad calls. We get non-calls. We get bullshit calls. We get bad calls. We get it. The refs suck. That's a prerequisite of being a ref in the NHL. They're blind. They're deaf. They're an NHL ref. We can't do anything about it. It is what it is, and we move on, and we bitch about it because we can. We're fans. We're allowed to have our opinions. The players shouldn't be bitching about it. They shouldn't be bitching. They shouldn't be moaning. They shouldn't be talking shit. You gotta call. Whether you like it, you didn't like it, you deserved it, you didn't deserve it, it wasn't you, it was the one-armed man in fucking Kalamazoo. You're a professional athlete, act like it. I'm an idiot behind a microphone. I'm acting like it when I bitch about the refs. I know people are like, well, you don't understand hockey if all you do is bitch about the refs. You just bitch about the refs. I see what goes on behind the scenes. I don't like it. Anywho, any mew, Fiala got called for embellishment. He bitched about it. He complained. He yelled, I didn't dive. The LA announced he was like, oh, not a fucking dive. Why did Fiala get that call? It wasn't because it was a dive now. It was because it was a dive 365 days ago. And he wasn't called for it then, so he's called for it now. It's called a reputation call. People get it all the time. Marchand used to get a lot of reputation calls against him. Until recently, he's kind of put that C on in Boston and kind of changed a little, just a little bit. Not much a bit, but a little bit. Who else used to get a lot of reputation calls? Jeremy Roenick. A lot of calls go against him because of his way of playing hockey. The Rat himself, what the frick? Pat Verbeek used to get a lot of calls go his way and for him for the way he played. I could give a list and a list and a list and a list of guys that got reputation calls because of their reputation. Not because of the shit they did in the game, but because of the reputation that they had previously. And that reputation will follow Fiala as long as he's in the NHL until he stops being a pussy. Dude, you've been hit harder than that, and I've seen you hit harder than that. I've seen you take a guy water skiing you for 175 feet, and you just had him on your back, and you continued going. And you fell there. Yes, it sucks. You got the call. Boy, what'd you think was going to happen? You made that ref look bad last year. He remembers. He remembers. Now, Foegele obviously got the penalty for the hook, and Fiala got the penalty for embellishment. Now we move on. Obviously, the Oilers did not score on that power play, although you could call it a power play goal because he was... Sorry, it was 4-on-4, 5-on-4. It doesn't much matter. Oilers didn't score there. Now, Pierre-Luc Dumbass gets a 2-minute penalty for holding against Leon Draisaitl. And this is after the Fiala call. This is after the Fiala dive, the Fiala embellishment, the Fogle hook. You could call it what you want to call it. He's a fucking idiot. You could call it a slew foot. You could call it interference. You could call it a hook. You could call it a hold. You could call it a many, many things. You could call it a fucking blindside tackle. You could call it what you want to call it. A penalty is 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 a penalty. It was a penalty, and it needed to be called. It took away a really good scoring opportunity for the Oilers. They could have got zone entry, a tie game. Oilers, it's a penalty, and I don't like the Kings fans. Well, how come that's not called embellishment on Draisaitl? Because he got his fucking feet taken from underneath him. It was a slew foot. Good call by the ref. Now, Oilers, again, like I said, did not score on that, but he wasn't quite in the play when, guess who? Draisaitl, Veal gets the goal, assisted by McDavid and Bouchard. Oh, McDavid, Bouchard coming up big at 12:21 of the second period. There's a lot of goal scoring in the second period, folks. Now, we move on to 1907. Yes, another power play for the Oilers. This time, Drew Doughty was in the box for slashing Dylan Holloway. Dude, it was a slash, and again, Kings fans and the Kings announcers are, that wasn't a slash, he barely touched him. It's on the hands. Yes, you're not going to call everything when McDavid's got the puck and you see it. You could call 15 to 16 extra penalties a game because McDavid gets hooked on the hands, slashed on the hands, held on the hands, and they don't call everything that happens to McDavid. Why? Because his name is McDavid and he doesn't get a lot of the calls he should. He gets a lot of the calls, but he could really probably get an extra 5 or 6 more, but the NHL doesn't work that way. Well, Drew Doughty is still leaving the box. The Oilers get a shot from, guess who? Bouchard. It bounces off the pant leg of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. It bounces off the post. I thought it was in the net. A clear, like my angle from where I'm sitting in my house. It looked like it crossed the line after hitting Hopkins in the leg. So it would have been a dry Bouchard from McDavid. Hopkins goal, assisted by Bouchard McDavid. They changed it. They gave the goal to Hyman, who now has 7 goals on this playoff series, assisted by Hopkins, his 5th assist, and Bouchard, his 8th assist. You keep it up now, you got it good understood. Again, Hyman, Johnny on the spot. I think the puck was going in. He didn't have to touch it, but better be safe than sorry. Give the score 4-2 Edmonton. Late in the second period, Kings fans aren't happy. Kings announcers aren't happy because they know they're not coming back. They are not coming back. Not this Kings team, not this iteration, not this year, not ever, not against this Oilers team. We move on to the third period. Now, third period, disgusting. No calls, third period. Refs let them play. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I like the fact that the refs let them play. Again, the refs did not want to be the outcome or the factor to the outcome of an important game like this. Because yes, it is Game 5. Yes, the Oilers are up 3-1. But when you have officials game managing, which I fucking hate that term, and I hate that fucking way of reffing a game. Game management. You gotta game manage. You gotta manage the game. You gotta call the calls that are there in the game. No. You got a rule book. You call it by the fucking rule book. Sorry, guys. There's a rule book there. You follow it. You call the rule book. Or you don't call the rule book. But you don't manage the game based on how you feel. Take your feelings the fuck out of the hockey games when the refs are reffing. I'm sorry, but take your feelings for somebody or the team out. Just ref the game. And they did. The refs in this game, golf clap, round of applause for you. You did a stellar job at reffing. and letting the teams dictate the outcome. There could have been 7 calls against the Oilers that they missed. There could have been 7 calls against the Kings that they missed. Absolutely. They missed some calls going both ways. They called some that was ticky-tacky bullshit going both ways. Now, Kings pull their goalie. There's about 2.5 minutes left in the game. And of course, it's fucking Kempe. Oh, Kempe scores, makes it 4-3. And oh man, us in Edmonton are just kind of like, we're praying to who we pray for. We got our rosary beads out. We're saying our Hail Marys, Mother of Graces, hallowed thee by name. We are praying to whatever God we pray to. If you have a God and you're praying to him, please, please don't let this game go into overtime. Please don't blow this lead. Please, 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 please. And Draisaitl gets the puck because of, now, another controversial topic. Derek Ryan. He's in there for Carrick. I don't know if Carrick's hurt or just change it, getting all the guys that aren't in it into the series. Derek Ryan played, and man, did Derek Ryan play amazing. There's 5 guys that I'm going to kind of call out for being really, really fucking good in this series. 3 of them are obvious. 2 of them, you guys will probably like shake your head like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anywho, Derek Ryan grabs onto a Kings player. Is it a penalty? Borderline. Could it have been called? Absolutely. Had it been a Kings player that did that to an Oilers player, would it have been called? No. Had it been in the first period in a 0-0 game where it hadn't been kind of the topsy-turvy, heated, get into it, fighting that it was? Yes. But there's literally 10 seconds left to go in the game. You don't call that. But what you do call is what Philip Deneau Dodo did to Draisaitl empty netter. I'm surprised the ref just didn't say, you know what, face off center ice, goal for Draisaitl. Yes, I know, guys, I skipped over the goal that made it 2-1. Sorry, I know I skipped over the goal that made it 2-2. I did that on purpose because I kind of want to get in a length about it. Yes. Should have been a goal awarded to empty net. That's like throwing your stick in the empty net. It wasn't. Oilers get a power play. They win. Now, let me talk about the goal that I did miss that was in the net. Was it in the net? Did the puck see? Did the puck cross the line? Did the goalie make an amazing save? If you were watching the stream, you know my true feelings about this. If the puck is in his glove and the glove is in the net, where do you think the puck is? He didn't fucking Houdini it and put it outside the crease and in his pants. He didn't fucking Houdini it and it's on his blocker. He's saying, oh, look what I got over here. I got the puck here. Oh, no, it's over here. No. Puck was in his glove. His glove was over the line. Now, had he wore a black glove and a black puck, it's a little harder to see now, isn't it? Because then you can't really see where the puck is. You can guess glove is over the line, puck is in the net, but you can't technically see the puck because of all the black string and black color of his glove. I guarantee you all the LA King goalies moving forward are going to have black gloves. Mike Smith had black equipment for that very reason. Jonathan Quick had black gloves for that reason. You can't see the puck, you don't know fully across the line. Thankfully, the Oilers did get it reviewed. It was called a goal. That goal was monumental because that gave momentum. That was a swing. That was the series. Yeah. Let's go over something that Drew Doughty said. Oilers do win. We do play La Bamba. We ousted the Kings in 5. Hey, let's play them again next year. Let's get them out in 4. I do call Doughty Pouty a lot. I don't have any respect for Drew Doughty, the hockey player. I have a lot of respect for Drew Doughty, the human being, and the guy he is away from playing hockey. He is a good guy off the ice. I just don't have respect for the antics that he does on the ice. Much like Matthew Tkachuk, Turtle himself, Thurin Fleury, the on-the-ice antics aren't cool. Corey Perry, prime example. On-the-ice antics are not cool. When you play against him, I am not a fan. I cheer for him because he is wearing my Oilers colors. But once he is no longer an Oiler, I am back to booing the sumbitch. It's just how I am. You wear my colors, I'll cheer for you, but you take the colors off and you become that guy again. Now back to what Drew Doughty said to, I think it was Breacher Report. This is not a rivalry. They always kick our ass. I didn't say it. That's what Drew Doughty said. When asked about the rivalry with the Oilers, Drew Doughty said, this is not a rivalry. They always kick our ass. That is why I don't see the Calgary Flames as a rivalry anymore. Because we always kick their ass. Now, that's all said and done. The Oilers are advancing to round 2. We don't know who they play. They could be playing the Vancouver Canucks. I'd be okay with that. Or they could be playing the Nashville Predators. Again, I'm good with that. I'm going to do a quick little breakdown, breaky down, of the game. The shots, the face-offs, you know, the good stuff. Let's get to the good part, right? Like I said, as far as the score was, it was 4-3 for the Oilers. Shots were 21-26 for the Oilers. Face-off percentage, the Kings kind of dominated us there, 58 to 41%. It happens, we move on. Penalty minutes, 12 for the Kings, 4 for the Oilers. The fucking hits in this series for the Kings was goddamn. I'm surprised nobody got fucking injured. 65 hits for the LA Kings, 29 for the Edmonton Oilers. Now these next 3 stats here, I want to get into. And yes, I'll do the whole series breakdown in my next video, recapping all of the first round and who their second round opponent will be. Block shots, 22 for the Oilers, 12 for LA. Giveaways, 9 for the Oilers, 4 for LA. Takeaways, 13 for the Oilers, 2 for LA. But let that rattle your brain a little bit. The Oilers took the puck away from an LA King player. Takeaway, stripped, bumped off the puck, intercepted the pass 13 times. The Kings only did it twice. All those hits, were they big hits? Majority of them were, yes. Were they statement hits? Probably. But only 2 takeaways. Oilers were 1 for 5 on the power play, but you should actually be saying 3 for 5 because 2 of those were, well, the player was literally had 1 skate on the ice, and the other one was a guy was at the red line. So I'm going to say the Oilers were 3 for 5 in the power plays, and the Kings were 0 for 1. I got another interesting stat here for you guys, because Lubo's a stat guy, and I don't think he knew this. The Oilers, for the first time in their franchise history, held a team 0 for 13 on the penalty kill. They killed off every penalty kill for the first time in franchise history. This team didn't give up 1 power play goal. Who's to give the credit? Desharnais, Ekholm, Kulak are the defensemen. I think Nurse, you can throw Nurse in there too. Forward group, Henrique, Hopkins, Ryan, McLeod, Perry, Kane, Janmark, and the number one penalty killer for the Edmonton Oilers, Stuart fucking Skinner. Goalie's got to be your best penalty killer, and boy oh boy that guy was. Now, got a few cool little pictures to show y'all. I think you guys will get a good laugh out of these. As well as when I come back to full screen after I do the song. You know, we gotta play La Bamba, right? It was the series clincher. Gotta play La Bamba. Enjoy the pictures, guys. It's all legs killing a lion. Oops. Did we do that? Set that throne on fire. Yeah, we did. Did it again. Seems like we always seem to do something special with this team. We own the LA Kings in the playoffs. That's okay. That is okay. Anyways, guys, enjoy. Meow. Remember how I told you I had people I was watching for this series that I wanted to have breakout series and guys that I think were outstanding in this series? Guy number one, first and foremost, Stuart Skinner. That game 2 could have rattled him. That first period goal that bounced off the stanchion could have rattled him. Thankfully it didn't. Here we are talking about it today, about a win. Number 2, Zachary Hyman, best-selling book author. Number 2, player of the series. Number 3, Connor McDavid. Yeah, Connor McDavid. Why? Because the guy's a fucking machine. Guy's an assist machine. Number 4. And this is where I'm going to throw you guys for a loop, and some of you may agree with this. I'm going to give you guys 6 names because I just thought of one in my back of my head. Corey Perry. Why Corey Perry, Matt? Why Corey Perry? He didn't score goals. He didn't get any assists. We brought him here to be a downright asshole agitator. What the fuck did you think he did all series? He got under the skin of Arvidsson, Fiala, Kopitar. I almost called him Byfield. Oh yeah, Byfield. I don't know why I get Byfield and Bufflin mixed up. Byfield. Anderson. Obviously. Roy. He was just under a lot of Kings players' skins. He was in their jersey all nice and tight. That's what he got paid to bring here for, right? For this exact reason. You be the asshole shit disturber so that Kane doesn't have to be. So that Janmark doesn't need to be. So that Hopkins shouldn't be. You be the asshole shit disturber so that our top 2 lines can thrive. They thrived because of Perry. Now, brings me to my next guy, my number 5 guy, Desharnais. Guy's a beast. The guy's gonna get paid, and he's gonna get paid nicely by the Oilers next season, as he fucking should. I think he means more to the locker room and to this team than most people would give him credit for. But yeah, Desharnais is definitely a guy that's number 5 on my list for the series. And the 6th guy, Bouchard. Talk the shit you want to talk about Bouchard, but goddamn, under Ekholm, he has changed. He has become a better defenseman under Ekholm. It is what it is, guys. He's become a better defenseman under Ekholm. Now, speaking of Arvidsson, him and Draisaitl were beaking at the end of the game. I don't have the footage because I'm not allowed to show footage. But if you rewatch the ending of the game and they're playing La Bamba and the Oilers are going to celebrate the goalie, he goes over and he says something. Don't read lips, folks, if you watch it, but I like reading lips because I love to read lips because I want to know what everybody says all the time. He says, fuck you. Fuck you. Why does he say fuck you? Because Draisaitl, not even 5 seconds before that, tells him enjoy the golf course. Again, you guys suck. We put you out again. Enjoy the golf course. Is that unsportsmanlike by Draisaitl? Kinda. Absolutely. Be a better winner. Be a better winner than you are a poor loser. But it's Draisaitl. If you know anything about Draisaitl, he does have the tendency to talk a lot and be animated a lot. It's Draisaitl. He doesn't have a filter. He doesn't give a shit about your feelings. He doesn't give a shit about my feelings. He certainly doesn't give a fuck about Arvidsson says. He said what he says. He says what he says to the reporters, to the fan base, to the like he says what he says, and he doesn't give a shit who he offends. That's Draisaitl. And if you noticed, McDavid is being more of that this year, and it will only help McDavid be a better person, a better leader. Those two guys, they're the future for the Oilers. Now, he said what he said. Arvidsson said, fuck you. Oilers get the last laugh, right? Oilers win 4-1. On to round 2. Again, I don't know who they're going to play. Nashville, Vancouver. I don't really care. I'm not going to be that guy. I want Vancouver. I want Nashville. I can count on 5 reasons why I want Vancouver. There's 5 reasons why I want Nashville. There's 10 reasons why I don't want Vancouver. There's 10 reasons why I don't want Nashville. Like, there's reasons for and reasons against. And I'm not going to speculate and give you my reasons until we face either one of those opponents. Now, in saying that, Vancouver has the opportunity on Friday night to punch their ticket to the second round, or they're going to have to play on Sunday night in Game 7. Either way, I'm going to be watching. Anyways, guys, I've been rambling on for almost an hour here. My name is Matt for OFR. If you liked the video, please push like on the video. If you really like the channel and you like what I'm saying and you agree with what I say, even if you don't agree with me, even if you just think I'm one bald-headed redneck from Alberta, even though I'm from Saskatchewan, don't you dare call me an Albertan. Hit the sub. Push the sub button. It wouldn't hurt you. It helps me. Well, it helps us. Because there definitely is more than me here. You may see me, but I couldn't do this without the people behind the scenes, and they know who they are. At the end of the year, I'll give a huge shout out to them, but right now, you guys know who you are. You're amazing. Don't ever forget that without you guys, and without the 56 subscribers we have now, I wouldn't be doing this. So thank you guys again. We'll see you guys round 2. I don't know when it starts. I'm going to go out on a huge limb here. We'll call it a branch that may break in my hands. But I think we're going to play Tuesday. Depending on the Vancouver series, if it goes to Sunday, we'll play Tuesday. If it's over on Friday, we'll play Monday. But Monday, Tuesday, I'm hearing round 2. So we'll see you when the weekend's over. Enjoy your weekend, folks. Bye for now. Deuces.